on the Bill Cunningham Show. Her husband is in jail serving a sentence of 35 years to life for a crime she says he did not commit. We're not here to retry this case, but rather trying to find out whether the brother's testimony was an act of family betrayal. Please welcome Navi. Navi, welcome. We can't go back to court and find out guilt or innocence. That's not the purpose of this. What I want to hear from you is, tell me why you're here today.
Well, I'm here to confront my wicked brother-in-law. On, I guess it's a couple of years ago, my husband was convicted. He was stopped and convicted of a crime, conspiracy to do a crime, first of all.
Bank robbery, right?
It wasn't bank robbery at first. I don't know if my brother-in-law came up with this or they came up with it. I don't know what's going on. I know when they got arrested, they was arrested for conspiracy to do a crime. I'm like, what crime? He left to go buy clothes for a clothing store. Anyways, immediately after, I guess a couple of weeks, they started saying it was a bank robbery. I'm like, where do you guys get bank robbery from? It all came from my wicked brother-in-law. And I'm here to confront him to ask, why would he do this? My husband's in jail now for life, for a crime that he did not commit, for a crime that my brother-in-law know didn't happen. And I don't know if he did it out of jealousy, if he did it because he was afraid, if he did it because he's just a wicked person. But right now, our family's torn apart. I don't have my husband, a man that was in our life, a man that was working. We go to church together, we pray together, we eat together, we own business. I have nothing now because of what my brother-in-law did. And I have to accept it because I'm a woman of God and you're supposed to forgive. How can I forgive him? And that's why I'm here. I want some closure. I know in the end, God will work it out and my husband will get out. I know that. But I just need to know, like, why did he destroy my family? Why?
Let's back up a little bit. Describe the relationship you had with your husband before your brother-in-law's betrayal. What was your relationship like with your man before that?
Oh my God. I met my husband when we was younger at Magic Mountain. I used to work at an amusement park where we live. And we ended up getting married, I guess,
16
like 10
years old. He was your high school sweetheart.
Yeah. That was my high school sweetheart. I love him. He was a good man. I had a previous relationship before and I had 2 other kids. God blessed me. And my husband ended up finding me after 10 years and told me, God told me that I'm going to be with you. We're going to have kids and we're going to be married. We ended up really having kids, ended up being married, and we had a good relationship. We owned business. We owned a couple of hair salons, clothing stores.
Good life.
We had homes. We had a good life.
Kids, money, businesses.
Everything. I have 2 other kids from a previous relationship, and he took care of them. One was 6 and one was 3. And now they're 18 and 21. And this man, he helped us with everything. Anytime we need something, we get together and we pray. And that's why I don't understand, how can this happen to us? I didn't even know the system could fail us like this. But what I'm upset more about is my brother-in-law failing us. Because we took care of him. Anytime he needed something, we were there for him.
Tell us the story. Tell us the story that one day when your life changed so fundamentally.
Oh my God. The day when I received the phone call, when my husband said, I'm in jail. I said, what? He said, baby, I've been arrested. And I'm like, for what? You went to get clothes. Why are you arrested? He said, I don't know yet. But it was like over 75 polices pulled us out, snatched us out of the car, and they had guns on us. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, baby, don't worry about it. We're going to call and find out what's going on. They were like, he's in jail for conspiracy to do a crime. I'm like, what crime? So anyways, Paul had called also, and he was saying, okay, I'm in jail. What are we going to do? Now they're talking about some other things that I have done, some insurance things. So he got scared. And I'm like, I already know my brother-in-law. I love him, but he has a lying problem, and he always have. So once he was in jail with him, I'm like, you're with Paul? Oh my God, no.
Did you have a sense that Paul was going to do in your husband?
You know what? At that time, no, because I didn't know how detailed and how bad this case, they made it. So I didn't know that at first. I never knew that. But after they started saying they had, someone was turned in and they had statements, I was like, oh my God, that's Paul. Only person who will do that to try to clear themselves is Paul. So right then I was so afraid. And then they had him in the cell together. But immediately when they moved him, I'm like, because he was in the cell together for like, I guess 3 weeks or more. And once they moved him, it was over with.
So Navi, the authorities needed Paul's testimony to put the hat on your husband's head.
Yes.
They needed him. He was the critical element.
Yes.
And your brother-in-law, Paul, wrongfully testified against your husband, causing him to be locked up 35 years to life.
Yes.
Are you prepared for the fact that you and your man may never be together again?
Well, I praise a good God, and that's where my faith lies. It don't lie in man, and it don't lie in Paul. It don't, not at all. So that's not my concern at all, because I know that justice will be served.
At the end of the day, Paul testified against your husband, causing him to be locked up in prison.
Yeah, and he came out more than once. And the preliminary hearing, he came out, and he's like, okay, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. And then they take him back to the back, and he comes back out and go, yeah, we did come here to conspire to do a crime. I'm like, what? Paul, are you really serious? And then he looks at everybody while we're like, you're not doing this, Paul. And he really comes out and he says the things, then they take him back and he changes statements, and then he comes back again. I'm like, why are you playing these yo-yo games? Because of Paul's testimony, because of his lies, because of his wicked ways, my husband might spend the rest of his life in jail.
And that was brother against brother.
Yes. And that's what made the case look, they needed Paul, because it made it look real. If your brother's going to say that you came out here to rob a bank, they didn't need anybody else. It was headline news everywhere.
And you're here today to confront Paul.
Yes, yes.
Please welcome Navi's brother-in-law, Paul.